So there's this kind of misconception out in the world thinking that, when you make it, when you get past your multiple six figures or into seven figures, that's it. You don't need to do any more in your work because you have reached the pinnacle of success. I have some bad news for you, my friend. This is where the shit gets real. See, as you scale up your business, as you start moving along in wanting to ramp up, that's when all of the things that you have, kind of managed to put aside and forget about come up to the surface to be dealt with so that you can go further. And here's what I see in my own life. So this morning, this is going to be like a real and raw moment in that this morning I had this awareness in the last couple of days that there's been something niggling around the money. And it's kind of funny because it's like niggling around the money, and yet, things are going better than they ever have before. I'm making more money month over month. It's like things are increasing. So it's all going good, right? So this idea of saying I have a money block is not true. And yet I can also feel where there is this, it's like, that more is possible and it's not dropping in. And so this desire to say, what is that? What is going on? Where's the next level? Because that's what I want to look at. Like, great, I'm doing great. This is awesome. And I want more. And I want more partially in that business is a personal development process for me, because I know that as I stretch for something different, as I go for that bigger goal, I have to change. I have to become a different person in order to reach that, right? So I say often that, reach for the seven figures or eight figures because of who you will need to become to get that, because of how it will change you. Go for it for that reason, not just for the money, right? The money's great, woohoo! But if you're also doing it as a personal development, now we've got like a bigger picture and a broader reason to why we need to go for it. Okay, let's get back to the story. So the last couple of days, I've had this awareness that like something's going on. There's like, there's a little niggle. And I have a few people, somebody's actually that I trade with, because I can't look at my own stuff. I need somebody else to reflect it back to me, to hold that space for me to be able to drop in, just like I do with my clients. So I can't do it for myself. So I have these people that I reach out to. So I call her up and I'm like, all right, I'm feeling something, not sure what it is. It's just kind of on the periphery, but let's just, knock it out. It's probably just something little, right? It's just something little. Yeah, something little. That's always the first lie. When I'm like, oh yeah, it's just something little and we don't need to look at that. That's usually an indication that I got some shit to look at, right? It's like, we got something that's got to be looked at. So if you don't know me, I'm going to just kind of give you a quick little premise. So I grew up in a cult. My parents were Jehovah's Witness, and they were like crazy fanatical about it. So it very much was a cult for me. And in that, cult religion thing, we did not celebrate holidays. There was no Christmas, no Easter, no Halloween, no Thanksgiving, none of them. So this is what's leading up to where I came to. So I'm like aware that there's something around the money. It's like, I've got this event and I've got 8 spots in the event, and it's very exclusive. I've just been reaching out to people and everybody's been saying yes like crazy, except for this last piece, this last seat. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I have had literally 6 people who were like, yes, I want it. And then, oh, I forgot about this meeting, or, oh my goodness, I've been called away to take care of the fires in BC, or, like crazy things. And so this last seat keeps getting filled and then not filled, and then not filled. It's like, what the hell? This should be easy. So that was my indication. I was like, there is something going on here. I need to look at this. So I get on the phone. I'm like, all right, we need to look at this. And she helps you to drop into it and really breathe into what's going on. Lets me have a temper tantrum, like my 2-year-old, had that little temper tantrum. Why is it working for everyone else? It's not working for me. And yeah, it's kind of ugly, but it does work. It does work to actually drop into this. So when we moved through all of the things, really what the heart of it was this deeper layer of like where I still hadn't really healed and resolved this piece of all the years that I went to school, especially elementary school, all those years in elementary school where the kids were doing art and I couldn't, because it was Santa faces and I wasn't allowed to do those. Or it was Christmas trees and I wasn't allowed to do them. Or it was turkeys, where you do your handprint and you make a turkey face out of it. I wasn't allowed to do those. And, I was thinking about it today, and there is roughly 4 to 5 weeks out of the year that is dedicated, or at least it was when I went to school, where we were doing holiday related art that I wasn't allowed to participate in because of my parents' religion. And then there was also, every single day having to stand up in the hall for the national anthem of the Lord's Prayer, because that was against the religion as well. And so there was like something going on, but this art thing and the holidays and coming back from Christmas and everybody going, oh, what did Santa get you? I got all this and I got all this and right? And them all being excited and me going, oh, Santa doesn't come to my house. And having to explain why Santa doesn't come to my house. And I may have been responsible for informing a few children that Santa is not actually a real thing and Santa doesn't actually come to your house. It's actually your parents. So my apologies for all those parents that had difficult conversations after the kids talked to me. But the heartache of not being able to celebrate those holidays and hearing others celebrate all of the amazing things that they got, I didn't realize how much of an imprint that was having on me. And so it was creating a situation where it was like triggering me to listen to other people, particularly my clients, do even better than what I'm doing. It was challenging. It was triggering. It was pushing that button. So all of this is to say that it's like, no matter what level you're at income-wise, no matter what level you've done as far as personal development, there are layers. There are deeper and deeper layers. And the great thing is that the more work you've done, the faster this stuff moves. So I was able to move through something that's like really heavy, really big in my world. Maybe it wouldn't be big for somebody else, but it was big in my world. I created a big imprint. To do that in about a half an hour. Right? And that's the beauty of the more work that you do, the faster all of this gets, the easier it is to move through it. And it's not something that I would have done by myself. I probably wouldn't have even looked at it. And if I had, it probably would have taken me a couple of months to untangle from this. So this is just a quick little message to say, no matter how successful you are, no matter how much personal development work you've done, there are times when having somebody in your corner really makes a big difference. I'm going to be burping. And that's where the beauty of hiring somebody who can work at a fast level for you actually helps you to move along, get back on track, and get back to making money really quickly. So the investment pays off, especially when you're playing at that higher level. All right. So things to think about. If you are ready to have somebody in your corner who can really hold a space very deeply for you to shift quickly, get back to making money and cranking up your business and your income, it is time for us to have that conversation. So book dana.in. Let's have a conversation. It's totally free, no pressure. All right, have a good one.